Hey, it's me, Unapologetically T. And oh my gosh, I had the longest weekend. I did feel proud of myself though, because I was pushing out content, but I was pushing out content because I felt called to. Um I was getting poems and stuff, so I was like, let me get this stuff out. Um but this weekend, so Saturday and Sunday, I had psychic development. I was supposed to go to a girls' night Saturday too, which in my previous videos, I think I talked about attending that girls' night and how awesome it was. So sorry, ladies, I missed out on that. I definitely was wishing I was there, but my car is broke down, so I was using um, somebody else's car, and you know, just doing what I had to do, and I ain't want to push my luck, so I was like, I'm gonna just focus on what I have to do. So Saturday I did psychic development. I can't talk. Psychic development. I am exhausted. Like when I say, I need to rest. I need to rest. But I just felt like coming on doing a video, but I do need to rest. So what I was about to say. Oh, I took a psychic development class, which I took that with Indigo Wellness, y'all. Indigo Wellness VA. I do not like to have what works for me. So, if you are one of those people and you're looking for, information, you trying to hone in on your skills, they do provide so much more. Like they do Reiki, sound bath healing. They just have a lot of things. Like they have a sweat lodge, individual sweat lodge. So they have so much. But I try not to typically like hold in the resources that work for me. I let y'all know what works for me. So if you are in the surrounding area and you want to check out Indigo Wellness VA, I would recommend that to anybody who is beginner, intermediate, or well experienced within the spiritual community. They're just so awesome. It's run by Alex and Raven, and they are the best. Now, I also, for some of my like everyday needs, for like smudging, even though they do have their own smudging, and I'm definitely gonna try it and stuff like that. But like for my home base, I typically use Magdalene's Botanica, which is in Churchill off 25th Street, and that's with X and Key, and they're also a married couple and are phenomenal women. And I also take classes with them as well. However, I do want to give Indigo Wellness their flowers, and I just want to say, like, it was such a transformative experience. I was able to feel comfortable with accepting and not run away from my gifts. Like, I've always been afraid of them and just thought like something was wrong with me, but nothing's wrong with me. I'm just gifted, and that's fine. And I think we all are gifted, right? But I think, just like me, some of us run away from it or just block it out totally. And so that class was very much helpful for me, far as like, gaining my confidence and gaining my trust in myself that I would be okay doing this, because I'm doing it anyway throughout the day. I'm just not trying to acknowledge it. So I might as well um, not necessarily have control over it, because it's not to be controlled. It's more to like flow with it. So just learning how to flow with it, and when it comes, just let it flow, and listen and trust that it is what it is. So those ladies are great, just like the girls at the Botanica. Um, they had so much integrity and honesty in their work, and I think I love that the most. They also don't gatekeep, just like the girls at the shop. Like, they do not gatekeep. They literally tell you, you know, what's what if you have a question. One of the beautiful things I found was I was asking like questions about my own business, and they was just so open to share and encourage me, and was like, you know, like, this market is not oversaturated. Like, it is enough for all of us. You know, just play fair, and we all can make some money and help heal other people, even though we don't really be like heal, but like help other people. Um, so, because most cases, like, people are being led to heal themselves. So, then I had that experience, and I do want to shout out the ladies I took the class with. Never met none of these people a day in my life. I have loved and enjoyed being called to certain things. Like, I found Indigo Wellness just the same way I found the Botanica. Like, well, I found the Botanica on Instagram, and I found the Indigo Wellness VA from a Google search. And I think I had looked up like Native American healing or healers, and Raven is Native American. So I just been wanting to be taught by different teachers, and just having like a plethora of different experiences imprinted on me and different learning modalities imprinted on me, so like I can formulate my own style. So, and make things my own. So I was definitely searching for diversity, and came across them. And I am so thank you. Alex is phenomenal. Raven is phenomenal. The people that you attract are phenomenal, because the girls that I did the class with definitely were awesome women. And I hope that we can get up as a group and you know, chat again and stuff like that. So it was just a phenomenal experience. Like, I cried. It was great. Heavy on the meditation, and I tell people all the time, like, I'm one of them people, like, I can meditate anywhere. Like, I do not have to sit down and you know, cross my legs. Like, I can meditate anywhere. I go in the shower and meditate. I could be right in your face and I could be meditating. Like, I know how to tap into something else, like, really quick. I guess just because I've dealt with a lot of abuse, so it's easy for me to dissociate and clear my mind. So I will say that when it comes to situations that anger me, I was able to learn, but I wasn't even able to learn that yet. So I'm jumping ahead of myself. So that was a psychic development course. We had cacao. It was good. We had I think they were called tantrics. Don't quote me. I'll butcher a word. I tell y'all all the time. So it was definitely it was worth the money. It was worth the weekend, the time. Um, thank you, ladies, if you do get to watch this video. However, I'm not shouting them out for them to see it. I am shouting them out for you to see it. Whoever is intended on to see, go Google and see if anything screams out at you. They do have some stuff up right now that might not tickle your fancy. They do offer other things, so you can definitely reach out to them and ask, you know, about certain classes. And I'm very sure if they can, you know, get enough people, they'll definitely put that class in. So I don't know how that works, but I would definitely reach out to them and see, you know, when are you having this class or whatever. So I did that, and then back to back, which I'll never do again. If I do Reiki training, well, it ain't no if I do Reiki training, I'm definitely doing my master Reiki, but I have to wait. And I'm gonna mess this word up, but I'm gonna try anyway. I think it's Karuna. I want that too. That's for like more of like your deep trauma healing. So yeah, I can't wait. But I would never, and I repeat, I would never book um to another spiritual experience with Reiki, even though I do find that me open the pathways for my psychic abilities was definitely beneficial for my Reiki, because it allowed me to be more open and perceptive to like my spirit squad. That's what I call like my angels, my ancestors, my spirit guides. I call them my spirit squad. Just so I ain't gotta keep naming each little one, which I want to thank them for everything they do. But yeah, like it definitely opened me up to that. I'm always deeply connected to God, so um that I always felt connected to, and I just felt connected to my spirit squad anyway. I feel like they've been leading me to people like, Raven and Alex. So yeah, like, however, I feel like they allowed me to be even more perceptive to what they had to say, which definitely helped me in Reiki. So everything works out for the best always. However, to have those two experiences, like these are long all day classes. Like, I'm not talking about your 1 to 2 hour boom bam, oh you did it. No, we're in there. It's some intensity in it in certain aspects. So yeah, a girl tag. I wanted to say a bitch tag, but I'm trying to be mindful. I don't think I ever gonna stop cussing though, y'all. A bitch cuss like a sailor. Like, I can't help it. I can help it, but I don't want to help it. I think that's what it is. It's like I don't mind it. Like, sometimes I just can't find the words of, all those words in my vocabulary, because I have big words in my vocabulary and I have ignorant words in my vocabulary. So, and cuss words just seem to help me. So, yeah. But I am trying to be mindful sometimes, but I just think that's a part of me. I'm sorry. Not sorry. I'm tired of apologizing for shit that I don't need to, but yeah. Yeah, whoever my man is, he's just gonna have to accept that I cuss like a sailor. I cuss like a sailor, but I know when and when not to, so I'll be respectful. But what I was about to say, so I did Monday and Tuesday, I did Reiki healing training. I've been studying for Reiki for some months now prior to taking the class. So it has been an experience. I am tired. I'm tired. I don't know how else to explain. I'm tired. So I took that spiritual, flow opening attunement, and then jumped right into Reiki, which was intense in its own right also, but it's not that same intensity. But yeah, I cried there. Tears came down my face. And there was a lot of experiences of letting go and just stepping into myself. So I do feel like there were some correlations from some common themes from my psychic development experience of just learning how to let go. And one of the major things too I learned was that when we look at anger, we look at like, oh, someone else made me angry. And I know that's not true for me, even though that's kind of how like I've been looking at it. I do know like there's a lot of anger that lives inside me. I'm not gonna deny it. And I think that's what has kind of gotten me in situations over the years is I did used to deny. I used to push it down deep. And instead of giving it a proper voice, instead of giving it a proper outlet, I just suppress it. And so when I suppress it, baby come out strong. So just learning, like, the more I suppress certain feelings and emotions, like, it's the more like impulsive those emotions and feelings are going to be. So just learning that, like, anger is one of my ones I have to focus on. Like, I am quick to anger. And not necessarily I'm quick to anger to the point it used to like get me in trouble. Like, now I'm quick to anger where I was internalizing it into myself. I wasn't telling people how I felt. I wasn't telling people where you got me wrong. And it's like now trying to find that balance of learning how to effectively communicate and not over communicate, like, because I do that too as well. Like, I will spill my heart and feelings out, and it comes off as intense to others because it is intense. It's an intense thing because I'm not used to doing it. So I'm used to typically, holding those feelings in. Even though I'm a girl, you think I had those feelings. I don't know. I was raised to be like a man. Like, keep that shit tucked away down deep. I wasn't allowed to feel and say, you hurt me. And it's like now stepping into, it's not a weakness to be vulnerable and say, hey, you hurt my feelings, instead of me holding that shit in and you done hurt my feelings. And now 50 weeks later, you done kept on hurting my feelings these whole 50 weeks because I ain't telling you that you've been hurting my feelings, but now we at week 50 and I want to kill you. So, unalive you, excuse me. So, and I don't mean really unalive you, but I mean, it's just gotten to that point where it's like the gun sack. Like, you're storing all this stuff and then it just finally explodes. So, just learning how to effectively communicate is going to be one of the things that I plan on continuing to work on myself. Another revelation that I received was that, like, basically, I don't have to be perfect. Like, and I've been saying this whole time, but it just came back to me again. Like, don't try to focus on being perfect. Be uniquely you, and you will find the people that gravitate towards you, that love you for you. Yes, there will be things you need to work on. Yes, you should work on them, but you should never just keep feeling like, that should exhaust you, and it is actually counterproductive because you just cannot be perfect. You're imperfectly you. Embrace the things that are great about you, and work on the things you need to work on. We all gonna always have something to work on. I'm starting to not look at healing as just this completion thing. Of course you'll get to some moments and some points or some places in your healing journey where, you've come to a place of contentment with, your growth. However, we're never gonna always be all the way healed. It's a continuous process. It's kind of like, we're ever evolving. It's not kind of, it's basically we are. We're ever evolving beings. So just not getting caught up on, I gotta change this about myself or I gotta change that. And I'm just starting to kind of get into, I'm starting to get into a place where I am content with myself. However, I will be always constantly working on things to do better. I'm tired, y'all. So I took Reiki 1 and 2 training. Reiki 1 gives me the ability to practice on myself and I think others. And then Reiki 2 gives me the ability to do distant healing. So that is cool. Learned so much. Once again, gotta do another shout out. Rachel from Divine Spark. Awesome. She's funny as hell, as well. So it was just a treat. I really love, like, she has this way of being herself, but still, like, I could tell, like, she likes to still remain professional, but it's like she still be herself. I guess you could say, like, I don't know if it's classy, but it's some type of, like, spin she has on her, and it's not that she's trying. I just think it's like that's how she is, and I love it. I so love it. I adore her. She was one of the best teachers I had. She definitely, once again, not gatekeeping information. So that is a green flag for me anytime I meet practitioners. If they are teaching me something and I ask questions but I can't get the knowledge, or they don't want to give me access to the knowledge, then that's a red flag for me. But she also talked to us once again about if we wanted to start a business, these are some tips and stuff like that. I just found that to be so encouraging and a breath of fresh air. I cannot share exactly what I learned in Reiki, not because I'm gatekeeping. It's just because I'm not able to teach it. So we did meditate. I can tell that, but we did meditate, and yeah, that was an experience. Once again, the people that I learned Reiki with, each and every one of them were special in their own right. And it was just, once again, I would love to meet up with you guys and reconnect, practice Reiki on each other, because we definitely have to practice at least 30 days on other people before we can start charging. So definitely let's meet up. But I am forever thankful for the experiences, for the healing. I received a lot of healing this weekend, so it was a lot of purging. It was a lot of healing going on, and it was very much safe spaces. But yes, if you are interested in receiving Reiki, both Indigo Wellness VA and Rachel at Divine Spark, and Rachel also has other people that work at her practice. You Google, you see who fits for you. I always tell people, see which ones fit for you, for which. I'm the type of girl who I'm gonna marry, different people's skill sets, of who I like. I might like this person for this thing, and so I always say explore. You will never know who's the person for you until you try them. So try what you want to try. And then also at Divine Spark, they do massages and stuff like that. So get into it. Do some self-care, because if you ain't had a massage, like a full body massage before in life, you're missing out. I remember the first time, Dante I blinked my eyes like that, because he actually had did something good, but then he ruined it. So, but when my brother had passed away, he had got me, that was my first full body massage, and it was one of the best gifts I had received, because I just came out there feeling so elated, like a whole brand new person. And poor girl who did the massage was so tiny, but she just felt like she could handle all this body. So she did the hell out of that. I got that done at Awaken. I think that's on Cary Street, the lower end of VCU. It's Cary or Maine, I can't remember, but it's called Awaken. However, I've had services from Rachel, and I do recommend. I recommend Divine Spark. I recommend Indigo Wellness. And I think at Indigo Wellness, Raven does the. I don't think pressure points is the right word. Let me look it up real quick. But Raven's a nurse, and Alex is amazing. She knows what the hell she be talking about, and she just has such a loving spirit with her. I just love them. I love them. I loved all those ladies. Thank all of them. But they have been. So it's called Trigger Point Therapy. Trigger Point Therapy. So, like I said, just look around, read Google reviews, do your due diligence. Do your due diligence when you're definitely doing these things. But I definitely get so much out of it. So, all right, so that's been kind of like my weekend. I am Reiki 1 and 2 certified, so like I am excited and happy. My mama is about to get the healing in her life. My mom's funny. She was like, I don't think she want to be. She looking at it like it's gonna take her off away. Like she just been so much in survival mode. Like she think it's gonna steal the good parts that make her be able to fight and cuss people out. And it's like, no, you can keep those if you want. She's just gonna heal the trauma, or it's gonna go to some of the things that is causing you to have like your roots. It's gonna call like the root things that might cause you to have like physical symptoms and stuff like that. So, yeah, but she did agree to let me practice on her. I was like, it's just me laying hands. I ain't doing nothing harmful to you. And Reiki, you can't even harm anybody, so that is used for the greater good. So, even if your intentions are bad, you cannot use Reiki to harm. But I'm so exhausted. I did when I was meditating. I seen a lot of things that I want to paint. So I definitely want to do that. And I have like a painting where that was probably when I had lost my brother. I had painted the piece where I kind of painted a woman meditating, which was a representation of myself meditating. That's what I saw in a meditative state before. I ended up seeing her again, but she was bigger. So I want to get a bigger canvas, and I want to put different words in her afro. And I want to do her, because I think, like for me, when I saw it in meditation the first time, it was like these African symbols and like dots and lines. So I do want to enhance making those more intricate, like I saw in it's kind of like this evolution, right? This growth. Like, so I got to see myself grow. I got to see myself step into myself, so like that was cool. Definitely this whole spiritual journey that I've been on since 9 months ago has been me stepping back into myself, me retrieving pieces of my soul that I allow others to take from me. I gave away, so shit, I don't know what y'all gonna do with me now. I don't know what y'all gonna do. But nah, it ain't even like that. Like, I don't know. I've always been a humble person. I think so much I was too humble. Like, and I think it is a thing. Like, some people be like, you can't be too positive. There's a thing called toxic positivity. And I think you can be toxically humble, where you put anything before yourself, or practicing like being too selfless. Like, that's toxic in itself. So it's like a lot of things that I thought I was doing that made me a good person actually made me a doormat. So being a good person is taking care of you, and it doesn't mean being self-centered or self-absorbed. It means actually being selfish enough to know that you come first. And as Stephanie, one of the members from the psychic development class, she sent me a video, and I just seen it this morning, and it was talking about how, my cup is for me. My cup is full, and it's for me. I can only share what runneth over. So a lot of us need to start realizing that, like, we cannot keep depleting ourselves for others. Our cup is meant to be full for us. We only should share when our cup runs over. So that's how I am going to start looking at things. Also learning how to pour back into your cup, even if you do get depleted. It happens. So y'all done taught me a whole lot. I just gotta live that. But I'm gonna get off. I'm gonna catch me some rest. And I hope you've been enjoying my content. I have been definitely opening up my throat chakra, which I've been opening that up since the start of day one, I quit my job. Like, I've been looking back on them videos, laughing my ass off. Like, yes, I'm so happy you listen. Like, you listen to the voice. Like, I'm so happy. And, you know, cause what if I didn't? Where would I be at? Like, I wouldn't be in this space. I wouldn't be. I don't know. I can't say where I would be, but I just know that when I did start listening, like, shit got better for me. Was it challenging? Yeah. Was it suffering? Fuck no. Like, I know what suffering is, and it just was not suffering anymore. Even while the house was on fire, and I told y'all I was sitting in it, I was sitting in it, and I think it takes a brave person to sit in the house while it's on fire. Like, some people might say you crazy, but for me, it was like it was time to burn all this shit down, including myself. And it was time to, come out of the fire and rebuild essentially who I truly am. Because over the years, I was walking around with what other people thought I should be, and it was a very much conflict of interest to my soul and my very being and my essence. And so it's like all the years of abuse, all the years of self-doubt, self-hatred, just everything, anything that was negative to self, kind of got burnt up in that fire. I always believe that, like, the people that have to go through hell in life, you have a purpose. Like, you have a purpose, and if you don't know what your purpose is, like, and you was like me, like, what is my purpose? What is my purpose? I always knew my purpose for real. Like, I always knew since a little girl, like, I wanted to help heal and help people. Like, I always knew that. Like, I literally wanted to be a surgeon at the age of 4. Like, I literally used to watch, like, when my mom would go to the doctor, my brother would go to the doctor, or if we had TV and it was showing the surgery, like, I used to literally watch doctors do that shit. And I wanted to do that. And then slowly, my paths changed. I did always want to be a teacher too. I always wanted to be a teacher in the background, in the back of my head. Always like, sharing what I knew with others. So it's funny that those two things marry each other, and it's actually a third piece that marries. I always loved religion. So from a little girl, I was never even forced to go to church. I was one of the little girls who actually loved to go to church, went to church, woke up on my own. This was pre-alarm clocks. This was like, most people didn't have alarm clocks, like kids, as far as kids. I ain't talking about like adults. But I didn't have an alarm clock. I didn't have a phone. I would get up every morning on Sunday and go to church. However, the people in the church definitely kind of messed up my relationship. I'm not gonna say they messed it up, but they definitely made me feel like I didn't want to go to church no more because of them. And I always internalized it like religion was kind of messed up. However, the older I got and the more I explored, the more I realized that the problem with religion is the humans in the religion. It's not the religions themselves. Although there are discrepancies in religious texts because they've been manipulated and all that kind of junk. But the core of it is actually not a bad thing. It's the have-man mentality that develops, and it's the holier than thou stuff that develops. And it's like, but we're all out here, trying to find our way. And you're no better than me, no matter how you look at things. Like, I'm no better than you, you no better than me. We're all trying to find our way. Now, granted, there are people that you need to stay far away from. Listen to yourself. However, you do not have to, judge them and do all that crazy stuff that happens sometimes in church by church folks. So, and you don't have to force things onto people either. So, just saying that spiel, I've met good religious people, and I've met some religious people who definitely need to have some psych evaluations, but and maybe even an exorcism. So, I think heavy on the exorcism part. So Yeah, that's kind of like me. So I have married all three of my purposes together, and we just gonna see what I do next. My dog is crying. I'm crying in the inside because I'm tired, but I do gotta get up. I gotta go to the bank. I gotta do stuff. I gotta get this kid some lunch food. I got a lot of different shit to do. I gotta pay bills, and I ain't got no money. But I'm still financially challenged, but I'm making it work. It's gonna work out. Period. Point blank. It always do. So why doubt it now? um, but I'm excited. I am gonna celebrate myself. I'm still thinking about how that's gonna be. I was thinking about maybe buying some paint and doing the paintings that I saw, but also trying to figure out like what does it mean to celebrate myself? Like what does it look like for me? And because I went years of denying myself of celebrating, I guess for me, I don't know what that looks like, and so I'm rediscovering that. Um, what does it look like to be celebrated or celebrating myself? I think is more important. What does it look like for me? If you got some tips that I can try, let me know, because it's not going out to the club. I know it's not that. If I had the monitor, it would be to take like a nice trip. However, I don't have the monetary means for that. So I'm trying to figure out a non-materialistic way. How can I celebrate myself, if that makes sense? Um, and I do it like, I'm proud of myself, right? But I do want a larger scale of what that can mean without spending a whole bunch of money. Um, so I don't know what's wrong with my dog, but I'm gonna check on her, and then I'm gonna go lay down until my child get home, and then I'm gonna head out and be an adult, whatever that is.